Hello guys, welcome to another episode with your boy Phrankleen. Right, so based on popular demand, this video had to come up. Moving abroad from Nigeria, cost of living, okay? I received about 8 emails the past couple of days and people saying, oh Phrankleen, what's the cost of living in the UK, blah, 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 and stuff like that. So I thought, okay, fine. But before I carry on, I made a video in the past called Moving Abroad from Nigeria, the Untold Truth. If you look up, I'm going to put a link above and in the description below. You need to go watch that video. It's very informative. Now, this video addresses 3 people, okay? 1, the diasporans, people who are already abroad, the prospective diasporans, and family and friends of diasporans. So you'll understand in a moment. There's a great deal of misconception about life abroad and what goes on abroad and stuff like that. And particularly diasporans, there's a huge amount of pressure on a lot of us with families and friends back home, whereby people are grafting and they're constantly always on your neck, on your back, asking for money. And then, or when you do give them money, it's trivialized. They really don't, appreciate it and stuff like that. I'm going to use London. London is the capital of, this country and capital city. It's highly multicultural and it's a very expensive city. I lived in London for donkey years before I moved up to Leeds in 2008. So I'm thoroughly aware. I've got families in London. Right. Just to put things in perspective, let's start quickly with accommodation. Accommodation is a great deal. Life abroad, okay, where you lay your head, who you're staying with is a very, very important part, especially if you want to come live here permanently. The average rent in London, when I was doing some research earlier, it's about £2,000 a month. Take for example, somebody who's working full-time, the average, earning maybe after tax £2,500 or whatever, or £2,300. It depends on what job. But I'm just trying to pick that point because, as I said in previous videos, the truth is most diasporans earn averagely for their full-time employment. So if you're paying about, for example, I've got something here in East London, a 1-bedroom flat rental is about between £900 to £1,000 monthly. Trust me, right? It's a lot more in most cases, okay? £1,200 and stuff. And most people, depending on who you are, if you're by yourself, you're probably going to live in a shared house. For those of you who are friends and family of the diasporans, if you're watching this, if somebody is paying £1,000 a month in rent, that's 472,000 naira based on the exchange rate at the time of filming this monthly. Let that sink in, let that marinate. It's a lot of money, right? Now on top of that, we have council tax. The average council tax might be about £165 a month. That's mandatory. It's a sort of tax whereby the government collects from all of us. It goes towards your local police. You're fixing your roads and a few other, amenities and stuff like that. You pay your water bill monthly. You pay your TV license. Some can pay monthly. TV license you can pay for a whole year at once. You pay for your gas, your electric, your water rates, right? That's just the standard home-related amenities, right? Then you have your telephone lines, your broadband, which is your internet, your mobile phones, your what else? Am I missing something? And those TV packages that come in, just like you do with DSTV in Nigeria, they come in different packages and prices. If you calculate the outgoings of the people here, some running to over £1 million monthly, if not more, monthly. That's just, it might be for 1 person, 2 persons. Now, talk about a family of husband and wife with kids. It's really expensive. It is expensive. It's not sustainable to be able to then live your life here and have disposable. Have you noticed I'm just talking about the outgoings? The outgoings. You have your council tax. Then you have things like your food shopping. This is mandatory. You've got to eat, right? The average weekly grocery shopping, food shopping, with your laundry and toiletry items and stuff, for 2 people is averagely about £100 a week. Okay? So imagine a family of 3, 2 adults, maybe 1 child, 2 children or 3. It's a lot more. Kids are totally different. You've got to look after them in a special way, right? Then you have your childminder. Ask anybody that lives abroad. It's expensive. It's bloody expensive. Child minding, because Child care bills. You can't, if you have to go to work, a childminder has to pick your child for you and stuff. There is a weekly cost. Okay, the state usually subsidize a little bit, in terms of child care costs, and so they call it child care elements, right? But it's not huge. It's not a huge amount of money that they deal with. I mean, that they give to you, right? It's usually the exact amount that you need to pay to your child care professionals. But you have that. Then you have credit card bills. Some people, if you got cars, so if you see your friend, I do apologize. If you see your friend and family in your Facebook pictures and stuff driving Range Rover 2015 or 2016 or 2018 or 19, most of the cars that we drive abroad, you have to pay monthly. You don't own them outrightly. We call it car finance, okay? It's not like anything. It's the way the system is designed, because the truth is, nobody has money to go and buy a brand new car that might be valued at £30,000 or more, or £25,000 or something, to buy that. And then car is not an asset. It's a waste of money, because the moment you drive off the forecourt, the value starts to drop, right? Then you have your mortgage. You have your, some people go, you get a mortgage whereby you're paying for your home. You have up to 25 years. The point I'm trying to make is, without going into what mortgage is about and stuff, you should figure out what a mortgage is. You don't own those cars. You don't own the property. The banks, the finance companies do, until you pay off the debt. So basically, if you miss your payments, the bank can seize your home. If you miss your payment on the car finance has got the power to come and tow your car with penalty charges on top. Fact. People return those cars every day, right? I've driven cars on finances in the past. Few cars, nice cars. They're nice to drive. They're nice to have. I currently don't. The car that I'm driving, I own it outrightly. So the point is, before these people cater for their overheads, their bills, and all these things, it's not a joke. We're not. Wait. Let me come back before I carry on. Then you have people who you have to go to your religious environments. Church. I used to go to church. I grew up a Christian before I stopped going to churches. You have your tithes. So for somebody who's earned £2,000 a month, some church expects you to give them £200 in the name of tithing to them, yeah? In exchange for promises of you will make it, you will prosper. A book called Bible Said So. Okay, cool. Let's put that aside. We're not going into the rigors of what the Bible says now. Then you have to pay your offering, altar raising offering, your special offering, your Isaac offering, your this offering, your building donations. These are debit. And because you don't want to lose face, £20 there, £40 there, it adds up. Believe me. There's a 3-day special program, 7-day fasting and praying. Oh, special guest minister coming. Debits. You spend money. You're buying bottles of anointing oil. Bottles supplied by the church, and handkerchiefs and candles with different colors of waxes supplied by the church, so that you can overtake the overtakers. What does that even mean? You can get your special blessings. All of these things, they put holes into your finance, right? And on top of that, you then have to look at what your disposable income is. The truth of the matter is, this is where I'm going. Most people don't have disposable incomes. People live from paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. I know people that have full-time jobs, 9 to 5. Then they leave that job. They have to then go get a cleaning job, another side hustle in the evening. Some people even wake up in the morning, yeah? They quickly go and do a cleaning job. It's share dirty. I'm telling you, this is low in life. That your uncle that comes out so fresh, so clean, looking all sharp as a blade, straight from UK. The aspirants, people that live abroad, they know this. They are probably laughing at me like, this dude is crazy. I'm not laughing at anyone. They should laugh with me. They know what I'm saying. Some people wake up 3 a.m. in the morning whilst you are asleep in Africa, in the cold, in the snow, in the rain. Yeah? You have to go and open a bunch of men's toilet, women's toilet, my fag bed for it all. They go and do the murky jobs just to get that extra money. Some of you, they are paying your fees abroad. They are paying for your accommodations. They are sending you to universities and secondary schools. They're helping you settle businesses. Or they put that money together, right? They go through those crap. And then you have the audacity to steal that money from them. No, for real. I know somebody told me this a while back. Said, oh, I was really broke and stuff. The guy lives here. And he said, my older brother was asking me for money because he was out of work in Nigeria. And I had to scrape. I even borrowed £50 from a friend. I sent him £300. And dude said, you have the audacity to give me £300. I was expecting about 1,500. You know what I said to him? I said, bro, don't get angry. Tell him to please put that money in your Nigerian bank account. No, for real. Do you know what £300 is? I can tell you, in this country, there are people that after tax in a week, I'm talking in a week, there are people in this country, diasporans, they don't earn £300 in a week after tax. And from that money, they have to pay rent, they have to eat, they have to buy their travel card, they have to transportation, they have to get on the train, they have to... And on top of that, people back home are waiting. It's hard. For most people, you know, the joy, and I know the feeling, the joy, I'm going abroad, you know, on that flight, you are like that. Then you get there, then reality sets in, and you're like, wow, yeah. Papers, like we talk about documents, immigration documents, you're stuck. You see, when you get abroad, then you soon realize that your cousin, your auntie, your brother, everybody's trying to stay afloat. They are hustling, man. It's not easy. Do you know the way the abroad life is designed? This is my couch. If I want to buy a new couch, I can go to places where they get couch. I don't have to pay the full amount. I can just, if I have a good credit, I like this couch, I pick it, start paying monthly. If I want to renovate my kitchen, buy a new cooker, new washing machine, I can pick it, pay monthly. Laptop, pay monthly. My camera here, pay monthly. In fact, sophisticated wristwatches, pay monthly. TV, pay monthly. Dining table, pay monthly. Your rent, pay monthly. Basic. People are neck deep in debt. So there's a guy, the dude you see, lean back in that Range Rover, you know. Dude is paying for that Range Rover, you know, monthly. I mean, I'm not saying it so that you can be spiteful to someone. The fact that you're paying for a car monthly doesn't denote poverty. No, it doesn't. But what I'm saying at the same time is you don't own it. You dig? It's just a glorified form of rental. The beauty about having a mortgage, you know, you can remortgage, you can pull out equity on a property and be able to reinvest and stuff like that. The benefits are there if you do it properly. That's different with properties and stuff, provided you do it properly. So you need to wake up. For those of you who are in Africa, who are ingrate or who squander the resources of your families abroad, you need to repent. It's wickedness. Like I said in my videos, right? I really don't want to repeat some of the things I've already done. Trust me, look out for banging contents. I'm coming with a lot more, okay? I'm just basically trying to talk about, just whet your appetite. I cannot cover everything. Over time, I'm going to come up, do more research, come up with much more informative videos and stuff. It's very expensive. Most people, most diasporans don't even have disposable incomes. That your uncle that comes home, you see your cousin, iPhone XR, the latest iPhone here in the shop. The latest iPhone is about £1,200 or something. How many average Joe blogs have £1,200 to walk into a phone shop to go and buy with debt, with a mountain of debt? They don't have it. So basically, you get a phone contract or you upgrade. People are paying exorbitant rate for the phone contract monthly. You're pretty much paying monthly. So when you see your auntie, so, auntie, you the latest Samsung S10. My dear, yeah. It's a lie. Of course, she doesn't have to tell you, but it's a lie. Auntie is paying for that S10 monthly. If they steal that phone in Nigeria, yay. She's coming back here. Mandatorily, she has to pay the phone for the phone. Do you get what I'm saying? For some people to even travel to Africa, for those that have papers, yeah? Some people have to do extra hours. Some people have to discipline themselves with their finances. Some people have been working 6 months, 7 months prior. They've already bought the ticket very cheap. Some people can't even look. This is not a diss. I'm a diasporan, and I have gone through some hard times in my life. Oh, you want me to be real? I'm not sat here trying to tell you I've got it all figured out. I've got my own challenges. I've got my own cross to bear. I'm telling you for real. I'm only human. I'm not here trying to, this guy is talking. Nah, bro, I don't have a perfect life. Oh, my shoes hurt somewhere. Everybody's got where their shoes hurt. You dig? There are times where you have to buy, you know how we hunt for cheap flight tickets. You don't mind a 10-hour stopover just because the ticket is just right under £500. The Turkish airline, yeah, that's fine. As soon as I get to Lagos, I'll wait at the airport 10 hours. No, it's fine. I'll sit down there and watch films on my laptop. I'm all right. Yes. The truth is, most people want a direct flight on British Airways. Most people would like a direct flight, but they don't. They can't afford it. Most people would like to fly first class. They can't afford it. Some people have lived abroad nearly 20 years. They've never flown first class. Who doesn't like first class? Here's another thing. And let me close. Diasporans, people living abroad with children. Their children have never been to Africa. How can we take our children to Africa? Do you know how much the flight ticket is? How? It's bloody expensive. Not because they don't want to bring their children to Ghana, to Zimbabwe, to Nigeria. It's expensive. It's bloody expensive. Because they're not making enough money. Husband, wife, you have 3 kids in the UK. How the bloody hell do you want one family return ticket by £5,000? Where? That's not even spending money. Do you know what it takes for both of them to work and be paying bills? And my brother, for the diasporans, my prayer is, life gets really better, whatever challenges you're facing. But I think the best way, the financial freedom, is business. We can never make it from 9 to 5s. For good 9 to 5s, though, sophisticated 9 to 5s can give you opportunity to raise good finance. Like if you're earning £500 a day, £400 a day, like I said, it's not for everybody. Then you might be able to. But for regular jobs, it's impossible. It's near impossible. It's absolutely impossible. For prospective diasporans, you're contemplating on coming, and for those of you that want to come abroad and you're hoping for your cousin to pick all the tabs, and let me tell you something, man. If you're coming here with your empty pockets, you need to change your mindset. So when you get here, don't expect to sit down and eat 5 plates of rice with in a week with 3-4 pieces of meat, and you expect someone else to just pick tabs after you. Some people come abroad, you just want to live in people's houses, you want to use their gas, their electric. It's expensive. They may not see, they won't tell you. On Jolabi Ajo, bills. Trust me, bills. 24/7 bills. So yeah, man, it's expensive, man. People are spending millions, hundreds of thousands of naira monthly to stay abroad, to keep their lives afloat. So you back home, and for people to have saved over time to start projects, and you want to steal from them? My G. The wickedness, man. I'm trying to use this medium to educate us, right? So you sort of get the true picture. You understand. I'm not here to give you some fancy stuff and sugarcoat and try to, play. Trust me, as I go, if you have suggestions for topics that you want to know, my intention behind my plan for this channel is to bring you content that you've never seen before. Say it like it is. That's the name of the segment. Say it like it is. There's no crime. There's no shame in just being honest. Just to let you know, this whole abroad is great. Everyone is trying to survive. I get it. But fam, misconception is a great killer in our community. You have a sense of entitlement. You come here, you expect somebody to be picking tabs. Yo, if somebody comes home during Christmas, somebody from abroad buys you a wristwatch, and you're like, gave that wristwatch. Why can't you give me a Armani and Gucci? Sorry, I beg your pardon? That guy probably has never worn an authentic Gucci pair of shoes. Not because he doesn't like it. And you see a lot of those black folks. There's another thing, let me tell you. There are things like Littlewoods. There is a facility where you can get clothing. If you got good credit, right, you can buy clothing, designers in credit. People are paying monthly. So if somebody comes to Nigeria, they got all the Fendis and stuff. You don't know. All that stuff they're wearing, basically, it might be debts that they're paying for. You dig? So, hey, I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to help you get the real picture. Anyway, let's keep the conversation going on below. I'll put a link in the description, check it. The cost of living is not a joke. In other parts of the country outside London, it's a lot cheaper, of course, compared with London. But by the time you've dealt with your monthly, weekly outgoings, the disposable income is the real deal. Okay, imagine if you have £2,000 disposable income every month. £2,000 times 472. That's about 944,000. Whoa! You can build a house in a few months, easy. In Nigeria, you can set up a business. You can do a lot of things. Well, it's only a dream for so many. People have credit card bills, student loans. When people go to university, it's not free. When you start earning certain amount of money, the government start to deduct from your wages. Like I said to you, there's so many youths down in London. Go to Nigerian communities in Peckham, North London, Southeast London. There are people that are still living with their parents in their late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s, still living with mom and dad. No, not because, like I said earlier, not because they're useless. Or it's not easy. That's not daligba. 1,600, a lot of them can't cope. You see them, they look all fresh. Hi uncle, yeah, I studied engineering. I'm a lawyer. When you get to the bottom of the truth, you find out. And those of you that live abroad, I will keep saying this. Don't blow yourselves out of proportion. One of the worst and silliest things you can do to yourself is to go home, like they say in Yoruba. I'm a Yoruba man. Waiting they no ask you, no talk. Don't go to Nigeria. I mean, manager, I want you, but I'm control, baby. 20. I mean, team leader. I talk about me by lies. Oh, them we all on power. We test loading share, security job, don't go basket. Oh, we all on power. I see. Do you know what's amazing? When I go home on holiday, right? So I might be in a setting like a social gathering. I sit down and I look at some people. They're from the UK here. And they're dishing out, they're disseminating lies. And you see people back home. Really? Wow, you're the manager of that country, of that company. Wow, Hey, my brother. That's why some of them get possessed with ideas. Because then they feel entitled. Then they think, this guy is making big money. If I steal this 250,000 naira, and you know that 250,000 naira, to buy Jimo, he could buy. The guy would just, this guy's got money. He's not trying to help. Yeah. Some people would have forgotten that they bragged 2 years ago when they went to Nigeria. And then now you're on the phone, you're gloating, you're shouting over 150,000 naira. Put my money in my account, Emeka. Put my money. I'm going to call the police. And you're thinking, but this guy. Anyways, that's me done. It's a long video, man. I'm sorry, I just had to carry on a little bit. So, it's the reality, man. It's not easy. So, stop lying. Let people know. Families that are ungrateful, cut them off. Go and watch my videos. Look through my playlist. I'm begging you. Go and watch them. Stop living a life of guilt. Don't do the self-imposed obligations. If you're giving people money back home, you know what you're going through. Africans are dying of arthritis, back problem, leg problem, health problem, stress. You know why? Working. Hard lifestyle for years. Once you die, they throw you in the coffin, 6 feet deep. They eat jollof rice and moi moi, they wipe their mouth, on to the next. You're dead and gone. People don't care. You work. You save all that money. You put it on property. They don't care. But let them know. I love an email that I got from a woman. Keep a low profile, man. Don't blow things out of proportion. Don't lie. Don't do it. Don't tell people you're this big when you're in fact this big. You're setting yourself up for a downfall. Thank you for watching. My apologies for the lengthy video. It's your boy Phrankleen. If you got video ideas and stuff, push me an email, all right? I'll catch you in the next one. Peace and love. Bye now.